Thanks for joining us at English Podcast, where learning English feels simple and enjoyable.
We share stories, real conversations, and tips to help you grow day by day.
Don't forget to like and subscribe so we can keep creating for you. Have you ever missed a flight? It's usually a nightmare, right? Delayed trains, long queues, lost luggage. But sometimes, just sometimes, a missed flight can turn into an unexpected adventure. Our story today is about one of those times. It's about a man named Alex, and it all begins in a bustling, crowded airport.
Bustling means full of activity and noise. Imagine lots of people rushing around, announcements echoing through the speakers, the rumble of luggage trolleys. That's the scene at the airport where Alex's story starts. He was on his way to a conference, a big, important meeting for his job, in Barcelona.
Barcelona, a beautiful city in Spain, known for its stunning architecture, delicious food, and vibrant culture. Alex was really looking forward to this conference, not just for work, but also for the chance to explore a new city. He was especially excited about seeing the Sagrada Familia, a famous church designed by Antoni Gaudí.
He had checked his flight details multiple times, just to be sure. He arrived at the airport 2 hours early, feeling confident and organized. He even treated himself to a coffee and a pastry at a cafe near his gate, enjoying the anticipation of his trip.
But as he savored his coffee, savored means enjoyed slowly, he overheard an announcement. A delayed train, his train, the one he needed to get to his connecting flight to Barcelona. Suddenly, that relaxed, confident feeling evaporated, vanished like steam.
Evaporated, that's a good word. It perfectly describes how quickly his calmness disappeared. He jumped up, grabbed his bag, and sprinted towards the train platform, hoping against hope that he could still make it.
So, there I was, stranded. My flight to Rome, gone. Stranded means stuck somewhere, unable to leave. I felt a wave of frustration wash over me. Missing this flight meant missing the first day of my Italian cooking course, something I'd been looking forward to for months. My carefully planned itinerary, ruined.
Oh no, that's awful. An itinerary, by the way, is a detailed plan for a journey, especially a list of places you plan to visit. It's so disappointing when things don't go according to plan, especially when you've put so much effort into organizing everything.
Exactly. I trudged, walked heavily and wearily over to the airline desk, the boarding pass crumpled in my hand. The queue was long, and the air was thick with the collective sigh of delayed and missed connections.
I can picture it. The airport is probably bustling with activity, people rushing everywhere. Bustling means full of activity and noise.
The airline representative, bless her heart, was very understanding. She explained that the next direct flight to Rome wasn't until the following day. Direct, meaning non-stop, no changes. A whole 24 hours lost.
That's a significant delay. Did she offer any alternatives? Perhaps a flight with a connection, or maybe even a different route.
She did mention a flight with a connection through Amsterdam, leaving in a few hours. But it would get me to Rome late at night, and I was already exhausted. Exhausted means extremely tired. I needed to think.
So, you had a choice to make. Wait a whole day or take a connecting flight and arrive tired. A tough decision. What did you do?
I stepped away from the desk and found a quiet corner to gather my thoughts. I pulled out my phone and started searching for nearby hotels, thinking I'd just book a room and wait for the next direct flight.
That sounds like a sensible option. A good night's rest would probably be helpful after such a stressful experience. It would give you time to regroup.
But then, as I was scrolling through hotel listings, a completely different idea sparked in my mind. I thought to myself, why not turn this misfortune into an adventure? So, to quickly recap what's happened so far in our story, the missed flight, our main character, Alex, has missed his flight to Rome because of a ridiculously long security line. He's understandably frustrated, right? He was really looking forward to this trip.
Exactly. He was going to Rome for a photography competition, a big deal for him. Now, he's stuck at the airport, feeling pretty down. He's called his friend, Marco, who lives in Rome, to explain what happened, and Marco was sympathetic, of course.
Yeah, Marco is a good friend. He told Alex not to worry and suggested they make the best of the situation. Remember, make the best of a situation means to try to find something good even when something bad has happened.
Right. And instead of just waiting around at the airport, Alex decides to follow Marco's advice and explore the city he's asterisk in, that is, his own city. He's going to have a little staycation, a vacation where you stay home or close to home. It's a pretty clever idea.
Absolutely. He's turning his disappointment into an opportunity. He decides to visit a local museum, a museum he'd always meant to go to but had never found the time. It focuses on the history of his own city, which he realizes he doesn't know that much about.
And that's where we left off. Alex is at the museum, ready to learn something new. He's already feeling a bit better, don't you think? Turning his negative energy into something positive.
Definitely. He's embraced the idea of making the most of this unexpected free time. It's a good lesson for all of us, I think. Even when things go wrong, there's usually something good we can find if we look for it.
So, what happens next? Does he enjoy the museum? Does he learn anything interesting about his city? We'll find out in the next part of our story.
Stay tuned, and remember, if you come across any words or phrases you're not sure about, don't hesitate to rewind and listen again. Or look them up in a dictionary later. That's how we learn.
Exactly. Learning a language is all about practice and patience. Little by little, you'll get there.
So, there I was, stranded. But instead of panicking, I decided to look at it as an unexpected opportunity. Stranded, by the way, means stuck somewhere with no easy way to leave. I remembered a quaint little town, Oakhaven, about an hour away by bus. Quaint means charmingly old-fashioned. I'd always wanted to visit, but never had the time.
That's a great way to look at it. Turning a negative into a positive. And unexpected opportunity is a perfect way to describe that, a chance you didn't plan for. So, you decided to make the most of your unexpected free time.
Exactly. I bought a ticket to Oakhaven and settled in for the ride. The landscape was breathtaking. Rolling hills, fields of sunflowers, it was idyllic. Idyllic means peaceful and perfect, like a dream.
I love that word, idyllic. It paints such a vivid picture. So, you escaped the airport chaos and found yourself in this beautiful countryside.
It was a complete change of scenery, and my mood shifted with it. I felt a sense of adventure, like I was embarking on a mini vacation. Embarking on means starting something new, especially a journey.
It's amazing how a change of perspective can make such a difference. You went from stranded and frustrated to embarking on an adventure. And mini vacation is a perfect description. It's a vacation, just a shorter, unplanned one. So, tell me, what happened in Oakhaven?
The bus dropped me off in the town square, a charming place with cobblestone streets and little shops. Cobblestone, by the way, refers to those streets paved with rounded stones. It gives the place a really historic feel.
I love cobblestone streets. They add so much character to a place. So, you arrived in this charming town square. What did you do first?
I decided to wander around, just soak in the atmosphere. Soak in means to absorb or experience something fully, like a sponge soaks up water. I stumbled upon a little bakery, the aroma of freshly baked bread wafting out into the street. Wafting describes how a smell gently floats through the air.
Oh, that sounds heavenly. Fresh bread, cobblestone streets, a quaint town square. It sounds like you stumbled into a perfect little escape. Stumble upon means to find something by chance, unexpectedly.
Okay, let's recap the story so far. Remember, recap means to summarize. I missed my flight because of a traffic jam. A traffic jam is when there are so many cars on the road that they can't move easily. I was really frustrated. That means annoyed and upset.
Yes, and instead of getting angry, you decided to make the best of the situation. You found a cozy little cafe near the airport. Cozy means comfortable and warm. It describes a place that makes you feel relaxed.
Exactly, and in that cafe, I met a fascinating woman named Elena who was a travel writer. Fascinating means extremely interesting. We started talking, and she told me about her adventures.
She inspired you to explore the city instead of just waiting at the airport. Inspired means she gave you the motivation or the idea to do something. You decided to have a mini adventure.
We visited a beautiful park with amazing sculptures. Sculptures are three-dimensional pieces of art, often made of stone or metal. We even tried some delicious local street food.
The food stalls offered a variety of dishes, meaning they had many different kinds of food to choose from. You had a great time exploring the local culture with Elena.
And then, the surprising twist. Elena mentioned she was heading to the same destination I was originally flying to. Destination means the place you are traveling to. What a coincidence.
So, you both decided to share a taxi to a nearby city and catch a later flight together, turning your missed flight into a positive experience and making a new friend in the process. It shows how sometimes unexpected events can lead to good things.
Absolutely. It was a great reminder that sometimes a change of plans can be a blessing in disguise. A blessing in disguise is something that seems bad at first but turns out to be good. It turned out to be a much more interesting day than just sitting in an airport waiting area.
And you learned some valuable vocabulary along the way. We hope our listeners enjoyed the story and picked up some new words and phrases. Remember, listening to stories is a fantastic way to improve your English comprehension.
Thanks for listening to English Boost. Remember, practice a little every day and you'll see big results. See you in the next episode.